Okay, I think I'm actually streaming. Let me just make sure that it's actually going through because I could check that. I forgot. Please show me excellent connection. Okay, it says it's good, and so far no one's watching. So I'm gonna just draw and do my thing, pretending that no one's going to watch. But we'll see how long that lasts. Just need to draw normally as if no one else is watching. So yeah, I already had this image made just so that I have something on the screen to show. But I'm gonna be doing something else. And of course I have Persona music playing in the background. Is this loud? I feel like this is very loud. This is... Okay, that should be hopefully better. Okay, I'm gonna be doing something very basic since this is still technically just a test live stream, so I'm just gonna be doing a very basic, pose, just to, you know, for the purposes of seeing how well this goes. Because, quite frankly, I don't know how people are able to talk and live stream in the first place while pay attention to the chat and making something worthwhile. So again, I'm gonna try to make some banter as I'm drawing, since this is probably gonna be the way. This is probably gonna be the way how I'm gonna be doing live streams, just talking, drawing, and so forth. Again, it's just gonna be hard to focus, but I'll think of something. I think the more I do this, the more I'll get used to it. But I definitely don't think I will be doing live streams like as a regular thing, just a once in a while thing, like maybe once or twice a month. But again, we'll see. The best part about having Persona music is that I don't think I'm going to be copyrighted for it, because I use it in literally all my videos and I've yet to get a strike. But the moment I try to branch out, that's when I get like literally every copyrighted thing, like everything else just turns out to be copyrighted, so I just give up. It's either Shoji Meguro or it's not. And on the bright side, Persona music is good anyway, so it's not as if it's a bad thing. Oh yeah, and I need to give out my thanks to, again, Chris Mason. I keep bringing you up, but you saved my ass with working the stream thing out, or putting up with me with trying to work out streams, because I did not know how to do them with my devices. Let me shrink this down. Let me also check the stream quality before I figure out that I actually crashed and I'm just talking to literally nothing. That's gonna be the worst thing to happen. Oh my god, there's actually people watching. Can I say something? Oh, I can say something. It's my first live stream, so please bear with me. Just wait, I don't even know how to type. I could just answer them. Oh yeah, it's just a character, just a random character, honestly. It's no one particular. To be fair, I don't do fan art in general at all, so I like a good 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a random character or an OC, but OCs are hard to sell when literally no one knows about them except you, the creator. And I think I should make that into a video one day, like explaining why I don't do fan art but why I probably should. Um, my friends keep telling me that they know it would sell so much. Like I'd get more publicity, more exposure, more all of that if I just did fan art. But again, I just can't do it. I cannot do it. It feels more of a drag to do art, fan art of a character than it is to just do random characters. Although, however, that's not always the case. There's always gonna be a character or two that I particularly like doing fan art for. Um, Speaking of that, I did fan art for Happy Chaos from Guilty Gear. He was a character that I genuinely had fun making fan art for, and that's one of the rare cases. Speaking of Guilty Gear, I am so hyped to see him biking again. She's just drawn so well in Guilty Gear Strive. Should I have this character wear? Actually, before I even think about what they're gonna wear, let me just get a good grasp of the skeleton and anatomy. Just get the pinch and the stretch. I wonder if people would care to see my tutorials of how I do things, like in terms of anatomy, because I would say I'm somewhat well versed in it since I studied a lot of it. But even then, despite me, I still don't consider myself to be good, particularly. But just again, I'm sort of curious to see what my enigmatic audience wants me to do, since I don't know, I need to interact with you guys more. There's like apparently a bunch of people that watch me, but I feel like I'm still all too and not indifferent, but I'm not with you guys enough. Like, and I need to interact with you guys more often, I swear. Because if it's not for you guys, then where would I be? In fact, I might just make a Discord eventually. I don't know if I should save that for Patreon though. It's a tough thing. I want to interact with my fans, but at the same time, then again, I get interacting with my fans is something I do want to do. I'm just worried I may not have the willpower to go through all that. We are living our life. Also, I'm sorry if you hear my breathing in the mic. The mic is literally up against my mouth. I have a friend who's a Guilty Gear fan, but I have no idea what it is. Guilty Gear, it is... Well, it's... Where do I start? Well, Guilty Gear is a fighting game. It started out as fighting game. It still is a fighting game. Like, think of something along the lines of Blaze Blue. Anything Arc System Works. It's one of those fighting games that has a really niche audience, but currently it's been hitting more of a mainstream focus, because I remember before Xrd, no one really knew what Guilty Gear was, and if they knew what it was only because they're riding the heels of Blaze Blue and Arc System Works, or they were a fan of Arc System Work fighting games. But due to the big exposure of Dragon Ball Fighters, I think that really pushed Arc System in a mainstream light, which is good, because Guilty Gear even won the best fighting game of the year in I think last year. Well, yeah, I think last year. I don't know, but it did win best fighting game of the year, I'm pretty sure it was last year. And again, since it's very old. Like we're talking, this series has been going on since the PS1 with Guilty Gear X and X2, like, and then had them on the PS2 and then the Overture. Um, it's one of those games that has a deep, serious lore, but it's hard to get into because it has a very not. I would say it's convoluted, but then BlazBlue took the crown of having a convoluted plot. But yeah, Guilty Gear, it's very good. It's a very anime fighting game. It's I don't know how to describe it. It's very fun. The characters are very zany and wacky. Like remember when Jacko got released? People didn't even know the game, but they liked Jacko's character so much that they made him a whole meme, or Twitter made a whole thing with her crouching pose. And you've probably seen it before. Without a doubt, you may have seen it. That's how I guess the Guilty Gear characters are just very fun, very fan art, like worthy. What am I gonna have this character wear? Oh wait, I got an idea. I'll be basic. Oh, the layer sucked. What the hell? Also, probably my favorite Persona 5 song. Turtleneck with maybe a hood, like a small, like midriff thing. Maybe not. Maybe I'll have it tucked in, and just some jeans. Yeah, have some jeans at the side. I don't know if I'm gonna add a fanny pack. Maybe that's too excessive. I'll get rid of that. Yeah, let me not. Short sleeve? No. I'll have it long. This is supposed to be a female, so I'll draw the more womanly parts. I still don't know what pose I'm doing. I'm just sketching right now. Let me focus on the entire thing before I zone in. That's nothing but doing art. I need to try to fix. I need to not focus too much on one thing at the beginning, but rather get the entire thing down. And then I will go in and do more refinements. I need to make sure I'm not doing the legs very long because I have a habit of doing that. Art is nothing but habits, isn't it? This is Dancing All Night, I think. Yep, Dancing All Night. On the topic of niche things, remember when Persona was niche as hell? Now it's defined as one of the best RPGs out there. Here's another thing. I know some people that got upset that Persona got popular. I'm just like, why? Because of that, we might get more games. Like, I remember when I guess it's part of the gatekeeping culture, I guess, because people want to be like, I liked it first. I don't care the order in which or the who liked it first. If I like something that was niche, and it got big. I'm glad because now I have more things to talk about with more people. And again, we may be able to get more games. Whether we need a Persona 6 is still up in the air, to be fair. All I know is that if we do get a Persona 6, I'm not going to get it. I'm just going to wait till they make Persona 6 better version. Because they did it. They did it all the time. That's I guess my gripe with Atlas. Just, if you're going to make a game, just to remake it with better things, can you just do that once, please? Like, just have... Like, I guess it's hard to do it because they're only thinking of the better things after the fact, but how scathing would it be to get a $60 game, then in a year or less they announce, hey, here's that same game you bought, just better, and if you want it, you pay another $60. Yeah, I don't know. I think Capcom did that a lot back in the day too. I need to keep reminding myself to see the comments. I see. It's all fun. This what that look like. Hi, I really like the artist now stuff. The music is very good stuff. Oh gosh, this one will you do artist now stuff Hirohiko Araki or Kazuma Kaneko? I mean, like Megaten games. Yes, I will definitely do all that, and I would say Hirohiko Araki is a guy that I have to. Ooh, he's gonna be a huge one for me. His video is gonna be something like maybe an hour or half-hour long video for how much I could talk about Araki. And I'll tell you right now, for people like Araki, for Takahiko, which is the guy that did Vagabond or Slam Dunk, for the big three, Kishimoto, Taite Kubo, Ichiro Oda, for those guys, those videos are without a doubt going to be half-hour long videos for how much I feel like I wouldn't be able to doing them justice if I didn't do a long video. And most of my artist analysis have been I don't want to finish this face. I need to finish this face. It's bugging me with how incomplete it is. Most of my artist analysis videos have been very concise and short, and that wouldn't slide for a big artist like them, especially since, like, especially Kentaro Miura. People have been asking me, are you going to do Kentaro Miura? And again, that's a guy that if I were to do a video, it'd be half an hour long or a full hour. And again, if you want to see a sneak peek of what I would talk about, just check out YH Otaku's video. I talk about Kentaro in a small tidbit in his video, so you could definitely check that out. Oh, and Kazuma Kaneko, yeah, I forgot. I'm definitely gonna do him soon too. I just was reluctant because, again, when people think of Persona, people unfortunately don't think of him. So I was like, I'm gonna mention him. I mentioned him in the Shigenori Sojima video and the Persona art style video because he was legitimately a founding member of Atlas. So I feel like I gotta put respect on his name. Plus, he did the artwork for so many of the games. Digital Devil Saga, Raido Kuzunoha, what else? Well, Devil Summoner to be exact. Like the Shin Megami Tensei games, like he did so much. Like just to call Shigenori Sojima's art the defined Persona art style feels a bit feels like negligent to just not mention Kazuma, since he is someone that I guess he was the progenitor. Like, you wouldn't have any Persona game or any of the demons. I think he did the demons too, so you wouldn't have any of that without Kazuma Kaneko. So Digital Saga was a really good game from what I remember. I haven't ever played that game in a while, but again, that's back when Atlas was still very niche. Because tell me if people know if I'm Devil Summoner with Raido, that'd be pretty damn cool. I guess, and some people of course know Devil Summoner with which I did a video of Yasuda Suzuhito, because he was the first guy I did an artist analysis with. So I always thought that Yasuda was also an Atlas artist, but he just literally came in for Devil Summoner, not Devil Summoner, Devil Survivor, and he just sort of left and did his own thing with Durara, Yozakura Quartet, Don Machi, and things like that. Again, I need to be reminded to keep checking the chat here and there, because are the legs long? I feel like they are. They're getting too long already. Alright, I'll fix that. Let me see the chat. I like watching arts analysis when I draw or when you make speed paints. Just gonna jump by really appreciate insight you give into some of my favorite artists. Keep killing it, man. You're awesome. Thank you. Would you mind? Would you make an artist analysis on again? So Artist for the World Ends With You, or a few other Square Enix games? Yes, actually, Square Enix, some artists, like say like Amano or Tetsuya Nomura or Gen Kobayashi. Once I was considering doing a video on Tetsuya Nomura, but I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I don't hate his art style. I like it. It's really good. But I'm just thinking of how to do a video with Tetsuya Nomura. I feel like it wouldn't be too interesting, but a video about Amano would be very interesting. Although I feel like, again, I think people like an Amano video actually. Amano is the Square Enix version of Kaneko, I feel, because everyone knows Tetsuya Nomura, and people vaguely or generally knows Amano, despite his art literally being on the logo of every Final Fantasy game. So there's another artist that did Final Fantasy the art for Final Fantasy 14, and I'm forgetting his name. He did also the art for Bravely Default and Bravely Second, but I cannot remember his name. That's another thing with these artists analysis. I need to remember these names. So we can and yes, guys, I will try to keep killing it with these artist analysis. I'm glad that the general reception is good, because I've seen people say that some are terrible. I'm just like, or some are don't go in on detail, and I feel like, would you want me to go in detail, like serious detail? Because if it's art, I could talk about art for hours on end, but I don't want to, since I'm still new to this YouTube game, I don't want to make hour-long videos and no one knows me. So I feel like the reason why some initial artist analysis are very short, because again, who am I to make an hour-long video when no one knows me or the content that I do? So I feel like to mitigate it, I made things very concise, sweet to the point, and I tackled mainly not well circulated artists. Again, Suzuhito. Oh, Grace is not talked about often these days. People know Ishida Sui. Everyone knows Ishida Sui now. Who else did it to? Polska Demizu. She was an artist talked fair enough. The artists that I did that were sort of money grabs were Tatsuki Fujimoto and Koyoharu Gotoge. And yeah, mainly those two. Because again, Demon Slayer Chainsaw Man, I needed some like money grab or attention grabbing video to get more people to look at my art or my videos, I mean. Now let me draw these hands because I feel like I'm just gonna ignore them. Because or else I'll fall into the habit of not doing hands, and that will be very bad. I feel like most artists need to learn how to not be afraid to draw the parts that they don't like. Just draw them even though they're gonna be pretty subpar, because my hands are quite terrible. And they're not proportionate at all. I'm just trying to get the gesture of the hands so they at least look like fingers. Okay, let me... I need to work on that nose. That nose is looking pretty massive. Let me... I want to be close. This song. Heard it so many times playing Persona 3. Not this version, but not the reincarnated version, but these legs are already getting too long. That's a habit I need to break too. Making long legs. Oh my god, I hate that. Photoshop, please work with me. Photoshop, work with me. Alright. Again, I need to read these comments because okay. Hey man, just gonna drop by. Yes, I will do well on to yes. Have you ever considered doing an also on Junji Ito? Yes, I definitely will do him. He's another one of those like artists that I definitely eventually have to get to. I like your shorts and also I'd love to see some serious analysis of artists you maybe already talked about. Like, how do I get that? Creativity is. I don't know. I just want to stop and say I love your work. Thank you. You make beautiful illustrations. Thank you. God, but I hope you have a great rest of your day. I never knew your stream videos. Thank you. I don't usually stream. Actually, this is my first ever stream because well, I have two reasons why I'm streaming today. Actually, one, it's been a week since my last video, and I need to put something out on YouTube before YouTube's algorithm banishes me forever. Well, not really, but you know, they're gonna be like, oh, you're not adhering to a schedule, I guess you don't care. So, in order to appease the YouTube gods, I'm like, okay, I'll do something a week. I'm trying. Ah, so here I am making technically I'm putting something out on YouTube so before they, you know, do away with me. And I'm trying streaming because I feel like this is going to be a way to really interact with an audience while keeping this channel on track of being an art channel. Because as much as I love doing the artist analysis videos, they are technically meant to they're meant as a means to keep it anchored of this channel being related to art, while me being able to briefly or touch upon things like anime or video games. Like Ruroku Motsuzaki was me able to touch Danganronpa, a game that I enjoyed. And I could use the artist analysis series as a means to touch that. Like, I don't know the artist's name for this, but Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. That's something I could talk about the artist for that. Because I don't think I'm qualified to do game reviews, honestly. Not only is gaming, even more so than art, a heavily saturated thing on YouTube or just in general. I don't know how I'd be able to separate myself with games, honestly, because I love games, but I don't know how I would do it. Like, the biggest YouTuber is a gaming channel. Like, well, technically, I don't know if PewDiePie is now still, but yeah, like at people like that, or even mainstream streamers, they do game stuff, and I don't think I could, you know, make my mark or get my audience that way. So I thought, like, yo, I'm an artist and I like anime. However, again, just like gaming, anime is another very saturated thing on YouTube. They call them Anitubers. I didn't know that they had a name until recently, which I find very fascinating, actually. Anitubers. That is really fascinating. So I thought, like, the best way to keep art but touching these other things while at the same time not making my channel focus on them or the artist analysis. They are the game reviews, movie reviews of my channel, per se. Like, I'm not a good movie reviewer. I don't think I'm a very good game reviewer. I'm not good with stories or talking about them either. But again, I'm good with art and analyzing it because I studied that for years. So I thought, you know, let's have a point to all that studying. And yeah. Also, I want to talk about more obscure stuff too, eventually. Like the artist for I'm losing these names. I want to talk about maybe like arts, like the art for just general video games, because I want to talk about things like Star Ocean or oh yeah, Dot Hack. I wanted to do a video talking about the art of Dot Hack, since I'll be honest, does anybody talk about Dot Hack these days? No, no one does, unfortunately. Except by being a very good series. Namco Bandai needs to really take time to, you know, show some love to those other series. Oh yeah, another artist, the artist for the Tales of games, Tales of, like, Symphonia, Abyss, Azalea, Vesperia. That artist that does the art for the box art. I want to talk about that artist because I really like this style. Should probably draw the feet soon. It's like one of my favorite songs in Persona 3. Changing Seasons, yeah, I love this one. Is she gonna have boots? Should I make her have boots? Maybe. I should maybe make her have boots. Let me fix this belt quickly, and let me check the chat because people might be talking. Do you like fine arts? I do like fine arts. I majored in it, or at least partially. I was mainly of a traditional painter. It's actually how I got my art style. Like, if you search on the web for me, if maybe, well, you could just go on my Instagram, to be fair. My art style was derived of getting a painterly feeling. And mind you, this was before Ishida came into my life. But I always intuitively knew that I loved the effect of oil on canvas, or acrylic, even acrylic, or anything, just the canvas texture. And I just wanted to be able to replicate it on the digital media, because I personally don't like the artificial digital effect that some digital media has, if that makes sense. Oh shit, what's happening? Like, if I'm not gonna name any artists because I'm not mean, but there's certain artists that have has their art is good. It's definitely good, but has a certain plasticness about them that I don't like super buttery smooth skin. I'm sort of not the biggest fan of that. Let me give her a necklace. Yeah, should I give her vest pockets? Now she looks like an archaeologist. I don't know. Should I give her a bag? Should I give her accessories? She's sort of bare right now. Should I go back to that fanny pack thing? But yeah, what was I on about? Yeah, I did 4 or 6 years studying how to paint. 2 in high school. No, 4 years. 2 in high school, 2 in college, just to learn how to paint, because I already knew how to draw, like basic pencil and stuff, but I did not know how to paint for the life of me. And I sucked at it at first, but that's what most people do when they're doing something they're not good at. So I just like, you know what? Fuck it. I will study my ass off learning how to paint. And my teacher roasted the hell out of me because she said I was one of the worst painters in the class. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't come to this class with preordained skill. But I eventually got good at it. I mean, work at something for a while, you will get good at it if you want to, I guess. Should I just give her sneakers? I'm coming up blank with the footwear. These feet are gonna not be good. Yeah, the shoes are gonna be bad. And I know these are technically scribbles, I'm sorry. But 'tis my art style, I guess. And these feet are not even on the ground. They're not like on the same space. They're sort of tilted. Whatever. That's fine enough. The idea is there. I want to make this bigger. Maybe I could rotate this slightly. Yeah, let me do that. Alright, that's 2. Ah, crap, I sort of regret this fanny pack thing, or this belt waist thing. It's too late, though. It's too late. Alright, fine. Yeah, let me just put this, select. Oh, sorry. Put that there. What is this? Oh yeah, just a skeleton. I need to do a video maybe on structure, because before I do anything complicated, I always do these skeletons. No, the Loomis mannequin. It's very helpful, but I think again, someone like Proco could probably teach it better than I can. Why am I tired? It's not even that late. Let me see. Yeah, dropped in first thing I hear is Persona music, great taste. Persona music. Alex Cho. That name sounds very familiar. At the gym, but I made it. Hey, Chris. Thank you for dropping by, Chris. Alex Cho. I've heard of this artist. It sounds so familiar. Give me one moment. I'm looking this artist up because. Oh my god, this. Okay, I won. I was wrong. I've never seen this artist before. But I already like the art. This art speaks to me. Yeah, I'm at his art station now. This art is already resonate with this artist a lot. The painterly style, no lines. I really like this already. I'm gonna bookmark this artist now. This artist is me. I probably should maybe do some more painting stuff. Let me do that actually. I should probably paint something. I already did a sketch, so I'll paint something this time. Just to give you guys watching a real time demonstration of how I paint my random shit. Okay. The first thing I need is to get this brush. This brush makes the magic happen, and I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. It's because it puts down all the colors that I want immediately on the thing I'm doing. Although if it's too big, this is gonna lag out on me. Also, disclaimer: if the stream crashes, I'm sorry. Just know that I didn't do it on purpose. But I don't know what angle I'm gonna go for. I'll do the classic 3/4. It's a simple angle. Let me keep it cool tones. Not cool, warm tones, just to have a concise color palette. I don't like that stroke. No, wrong button. That was not good either. And that's the problem. These strokes lag the hell out of this device. It's probably because the resolution is relatively high and the canvas size is very high. So it's just like putting my thing on overdrive. Need more color variations on the canvas. Maybe some very desaturated blues. I'm just gonna, these are gonna be the eyes. And then, okay, I'm sorry. And that's gonna be the mouth. I'm so used to the brushes I have on my iPad that I need to get used to these brushes here. It's not the full set. This is only a small portion, but I'll have to make it work. I definitely don't like those. I've never heard this song before. This is so good. Just gonna have some indication of line, since I do need line. Some amount of it at least. It's gonna be something more cute. Okay, back to my crazy brush. No, I should probably ask this more, but how have you guys been doing since I'm directly talking to you guys now? I feel like I don't really have the time to or the chance to do this and actually talk to people watching my content. Usually I'm relegated to just the the comments, but I'm going to assume that not much people comment on my videos but just watch it. So I feel like this is a good time to ask you guys, like, how are you? This lag is killing me. Oh my! I'm already missing my iPad. How do I? Yeah. I need to periodically. He paints one layer like just. Ooh, okay. Such an interesting way to start. Thank you. Would you use the smudge tool a lot of the buttons, or just use a brush? I actually never use this. I very rarely use the smudge tool on any drawing program. And yeah, I'm glad you're doing well, Chris Mason. I need to play Persona Strikers because I've yet to play it. To be fair, I haven't played a lot of video games in a while, honestly. because I've been somewhat busy, but I need to find time to. I need to find time to have a life. And I guess that is the crux of being an artist, honestly. To find time to live your life while at the same time doing art, like to do art, because I guess in this field of work you can't idly do it. You must constantly be making work. This isn't like this isn't something that I don't know. Something about doing art or being an artist, to produce content is to make art. And I guess that's not true, because there's people that talk about art as well. Or they talk about the drama in the art community, and I didn't know we had drama here. That's how you know I'm so disconnected with a lot of things, because I did not know drama existed in the art community. Because I always just thought we were just quiet, mind our own business things. Like we I feel like we're usually to ourselves, but I guess not. And I've heard the whole redraw thing, like someone doing redraws, but I didn't consider it to be. Well, it's definitely a bad thing to have happened, to like someone just hijacking your art and redrawing it, which is pretty. Like, really? But yeah. Other than that, I'm not really too in the art community or the YouTube art community, so I don't really know what's going on. The only people that I'd watch like people like Ross Draws, of course, here and there. There's Ahmed Aldori, he's a big one. Like, they're the names that everyone knows, right? But honestly, I personally don't want to get into, like, when I do eventually get big, because I honestly swear it should be a matter of time by now. I personally wouldn't want to be in that space, that art community space that they're in, because I personally don't think there's any room for me in there anyway. I sort of want to make my own bubble, if that makes sense. Like, I'm just going to do my own thing. Maybe a tutorial here and there, if you guys really want that. Like, can I whoever was watching, since I'm not keeping an eye on the stream, but or for whoever's gonna be watching the stream, do you want to see tutorials by me? Like, do you really want to know how I do things? Because that is the crazy thing about tutorials, is that they are not. They are very. They're very. How can I say it? I don't know how to verbalize this, honestly. They're only as good as they are, as how much you care about the artist that's making them. Because I guess, hypothetically speaking, say if I started a YouTube channel today, and I said, here's a video of me teaching you guys how to draw eyes, since I think that's one of the more looked for tutorials. Would you, if is the quality or the validity of that tutorial like correlative to how much like followers or subscribers do I have? And I think that was the thing me and Chris was talking about one night. Like, we were saying, like, I sort of don't want that to be what we're relegated to, just tutorials. And I guess I also made a video on talking about like what videos can art YouTubers do to like, you know, stand out and like make a name for themselves. Like it's very hard because it's not just an art YouTuber exclusive thing, honestly. Like anyone that's doing a YouTube or wants to make a name for themselves has to answer that question. Like, what's your brand? How do you stand out amongst all these other people doing the same thing you want to do? I know if it wasn't already obvious, I don't have the answer to this question, unfortunately. I'm just literally going along with the flow. I'm like at what, 1,700 and something ish subscribers, which is not a lot to be fair. Like, I mean, hell no, it's not a lot. Where is that? There's a brush that I want. I need to map the Control Z button to my pen. I can't keep pressing this button. That's not it. That's not it. No. Alright, let me put in these eyes before this person looks possessed even further. I guess what I know is, well, one thing I could observe about my art style is that I'm not afraid for my style to get messy or it to look ugly soon. I'm always willing for it to be sloppy at the beginning, because that's how we all start. We start out, we do sloppy work, and we touch up on the edges, we make some adjustments, we then sharpen things up, and it just forms. Like, I feel like art should not be a race to make beautiful Mona Lisas in record time. Considering that if you're not seeing a live stream, you really don't know how long it takes for a person to complete a piece or what they're doing really. Dun, dun, dun. And I have a terrible habit of forgetting to check the YouTube chat. Oh my god, I need to check. Yes, dude, make tutorials. I'd say if you have a certain click away so that those people resonate with that tutorial, but that could be pretty unique. It's all a matter of pinpointing your strengths and figuring out what was necessary to pick most. That is very true. I really pay attention to John, that stuff out. Hey, watch out. The only tutorials that I use are the fundamental ones. True. The fundamental ones. Can't name anything specific about Can we challenge basically for the drama this stuff, some of those. See, I realized that. I've only recently realized that there was drama. Because I'm just like, what? You guys, huh? These eyes are too far apart. Oh snap, what did I do? It's the... Oh no, not that. wonder if I could do, if I could possibly do a tutorial on fundamentals. But then again, that in of itself is very hazy. Because can someone tell me what the fundamentals are? Like, what are the fundamentals? If you ask me, or what my teacher said, okay, I'm not doing like a file. I'll just do it anyway. From what my teacher told me what the fundamentals are, it's line, shape, form, and color, which is like a hue, saturation, value. Like, should I make a video on all those topics? I'm pretty sure there's someone out there that workshopped the hell out of a topic like that. Probably did better than me. But again, the reason why people would watch that from me is they'd have to be invested in how I do it in the first place, I'm assuming. So I guess that's gonna be my question. Are you guys invested enough in me to see me do that? Like, talk about it? Like, sometimes I feel heavily obliged to say, hey, you want to know a good place to know how to do art? There's a guy named Proco. Or you want a good book to learn? There's a book called Andrew Loomis's Drawing the Head and Hands. Like, it would just be an insta fix, but those are very half-assed answers to just tell people. That's like telling someone, hey, like, how do I do this? Let me tell you a little thing I like to call Google. Like, what? Like, no, that's literally not helpful. So, where's the... I need to film these spots. I need to get used to Photoshop again. That's been so long. I need to remember to not to talk when I'm focusing. I just lose myself in the process. Alright, I should really start refining some lines. Because I can't... To be fair, I'm fine with leaving a piece messy and calling it a day. Because I prefer things like that, honestly. I was actually gonna think of doing a video of why Ishida Sue is such a big inspiration for me, but I ended up opting out of doing that video since I don't know, because I feel like as much as I love Ishida Sue and his art, he is merely one component of inspiration that I take after from. And if I did a video on him, why he's a big inspiration, I'd have to do a video on every single artist that's a big inspiration. Well, I wouldn't have to, but I'd want to. to keep things fair. Because I like, same with this Alex Cho guy. I like his painting, but I would say I wouldn't care for the proportions of his characters that he draws. I personally, this might surprise most people because it definitely surprises a lot of people when I tell them this, but I actually prefer the proportions for things like comics. Um, Before I was into anime, I was briefly, very briefly into comics until I figured out that there was a Spider-Man that was different from the Spider-Man I was reading about, and it was a different edition, and I sort of was like, you know, I'm annoyed, and then that's I'm putting the story very short, but let's just say that I was not into the whole multiple versions of one character. It sort of bugged me. But I liked more, I guess, realistically, more styles that tend to be a bit more, well, how do I describe this? I guess just more realistic, semi-realistic. That's why when I draw characters, there's certain things that I want to add, like the nose being this part of the nose, the nostril. Most anime omits that, but I want to put it in because it adds a level of realism, I guess. Not that it's something that I particularly care for. I mean, I like anime. I don't know. I feel like there's some emotions that I could convey better with a style that's more real. Oh my god, this damn screen. I mean, look at the artist for Takehiko Inoue. Super realistic. Look at freaking Kim Jong-gi. Or, well, going back to Araki. His style, very stylized at the say like parts, say 1 through, well, they've always been stylized to be fair, but like parts 7 and 8 towards the end, towards this end of 7 to 8, things got really, like, proportionally, like, accurate to life. At least some cases it did. Okay, I need to check how long I've been streaming because I don't know how long I've streamed. All these fancy tools, you won't really get that much out of it unless you already know your stuff. Very true. I need to see how long I've been going. It's been over an hour. So, before I end this stream, I need to fix this girl's eye because she's sort of looking cross-eyed, ever so slightly. So, let me just add the highlights because they do. The highlights always make an image look complete, even if it's not. Something about that eye. I know what it is. It looks like she's high. That's why it's bugging me. Something. Her eye looks like she's been on high on like some sort of crack. So I'm gonna just make the sclera just a light blue instead of a warm tone. A desaturated light blue. Just to offset the warms around it. But yeah, I'm glad I was able to do this stream, although it was definitely really random. I just wanted to be able to do it to see how well it'll go, and I'm genuinely happy. There was something that people came to see, and people commented, and I'm like, thank you for coming by. Again, it's only thanks to you guys that actually watch my random videos, that I could say that I can make this a future. And it doesn't help that my friend made a bet saying that I have to be successful, so I could pay him back with meals and shit. I'm just like, fine. So I guess I have to be big now, right? So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for the people that commented or even just showed up to watch this stream. Honestly, I don't know when the next stream is. I'm probably gonna do one more test stream, except it's gonna be with my iPad, since I have all my best tools on Procreate now. I used to be Photoshop like exclusive artist, but I don't know. Procreate got me good. Procreate's almost too good right now. I would say Procreate and Clip Studio Paint could effectively replace Photoshop, because right now Photoshop, like, you're oh, you're being complacent right now. Photoshop, like, you need to show me why you are worth getting as opposed to Clip Studio. The only reason why that's stopping me from getting Clip Studio right now is because I want the X version, and I'm a bit too broke right now at the moment to get it. So I'm going to probably wait till it's on sale, maybe. Personally, but and I hated the fact that Clip Studio was a monthly subscription on the iPad. So oh hell no, I'm broke. I'm sorry, I can't constantly pay someone that money when I have bills to pay. Hello. So yeah, next stream I'll try with my iPad. I just know that my iPad loves to not work on me. So yeah, these were the things that I did. I think it's this eye. This eye is bugging me. I think it's too big. Let me just make a quick adjustment, and I'll end it. I'll end it there. Oh my god! Stop messing with me, tablet. Yeah, it was too big. Deselect. Let me just quickly go over the white areas with the jitter brush. Not that. Oh ooh, that's a bright color. Okay, I really have to end the stream now. I'm going into my in the zone mode where I just focus on my art and not ending the stream. So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys eventually, whenever the next one is. Thank you so much.